Homukufa yampindura rikwera yanyiha mu bugoni yampindura rikwera mbwenuka marayonta ibanja ryangeriona.
My mother loved God. At home, she was in charge of the prayers. She called us for prayers at home, and in the church she was a warden. What I liked about her was about the sanitation and personal hygiene. At home, she used to, I don't know how she knew, but sometimes if you don't mop the house, she would just step somewhere and she would just know that she will not mop it, but we don't know how. Then, may her soul rest in peace.
Yes.
Praise God, church. Praise God, church. My mother was caring, loving. When she would, every time when I tested positive and she also tested positive, every time she would see me on the bed, worried, she would always come and ask me what's wrong. I would always tell her it's nothing, but she would always know there's a problem. I told her what was the problem. She said nothing will happen. Sometimes when I was still young, I would sometimes fail to do well in class. Mom, when I would come back home with a report on visitation day, she would ask me, why did you get these bad marks? I would always tell her, some of my friends keep on disturbing me. She would always tell me, she believed in God a lot. She'd always tell me, that's not your friends, that is the devil. She would always love, care. Every time, most of the time at home when my brother Hereza would disturb me, I tell her, even if he didn't disturb me, she would always believe. And sometimes, but she would always care for the youngest, me. She would always look at me sometimes when I would fall down and start crying, she would always tell me stop crying. And the most thing that I love about her, she would always love, care for the family, always believe in God.
Thank you.
Ndio wawe, Yesu ndio wawe, Yesu nyowe ndio wawe, Yesu ndio wawe, Yesu nyowe ndio wawe.
Praise God, everyone. My name is Linda Agmenaita, the firstborn to the Goma family. It's still hard to believe that my mother is not here, but it is well with our souls. I want to thank Auntie Monica, Auntie Penny, and Auntie Aggie. Auntie Monica would call every day. She would send mobile money to ensure that she was safe at home. Auntie Penny would call to check on you, and Auntie Aggie would stay with Mom in the hospital. It meant a lot. It means a lot to us. I want to thank each and every one of you because you prayed for us, you prayed with us, you stood by our side, and we can't take it for granted. We are grateful. To Daddy, you are a hero.
Yesu tinchiri chejenje hatinyo wendio awe.
We vow to stand with you, and we are going to encourage you. We're going to stand by your side. We're going to stand as a family together as one, and we're going to the Lord, and we believe that Mom is at peace. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you all.
Yesu tinchiri chejenje hatinyo wendio awe kabandio wa setani.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ahereza Jonathan, the first boy to Mr. Richard Guma and the late Katie Guma. I have come to talk about my mom, to talk about a teacher and someone who cared about me more than I cared about myself. I remember, I don't remember the year exactly, but there was a time when I was still in Sunday school and we're doing the diocesan star competitions. It was 18th December, which is my birthday. And on that day, I had to stay late at church because we're doing and I was a contestant. I qualified to go to the diocese, but I never went because I had to go to school. Yes, and when I came home, I found my mom, she was preparing. And I remember that birthday, we had it at Uncle Stephen's place. That was the first birthday that I remember where my mom cooked. And I ate the food my mom cooked on my birthday. And all my friends were there, my cousins were there. That day will be a day I'll never forget. And one thing I liked about my mom, she was a chef that never showed off. She knew how to cook. Her food was amazing. She would make a simple dish like rice and beans taste like it would be amazing. You'd always want more. And every time she stepped in the kitchen, which was usually on Sunday lunch, you would eat and get full and not feel like taking dinner. Lunch would be enough for the whole day. That was my mom. And I also remember the time when I got confirmed. And that day, Uncle Eddie, I don't think he's here, my godfather, he was supposed to come, but during that time, he was very sick. Thank God he survived. He couldn't make it to come for my confirmation. And also my other godparents, Uncle Alex and his wife, were coming, but then they got stuck and failed to come. So when we were done with the church service, I kept asking Daddy, where are my godparents? Because I was seeing other people with their godparents and I was feeling sad. And Daddy kept telling me, keep strong, Uncle Alex is on his way. We reached home and Uncle Alex told Daddy that he's not going to be able to come. For a second, I thought that on my confirmation, I would celebrate it alone. But Mom came and told me that you're my son and I am here with you. That you're not alone. You have me. And I don't know if it was Mommy or Daddy who called, but they called Uncle Eric and Uncle Joel. Uncle Joel plays the drums, Uncle Eric plays the piano. Those two men are my mentors. They have made me into someone who loves instruments so much, and I thank them for that. And when they called, they came, and we had the fun that day because of my mom. One of the last happiest memories I have of my mom was when I was swimming in P7, and there were these competitions where things would be really tough. Things would be very tough. But I made it through because my mom always reminded me that there are many things you can say in this world. There are many things you can do, but Mwebesa has never give up. Mwebesa has never give up. That we are people who fight until there's nothing to fight for. Even after that, we keep fighting. And with that, I never lost hope. I kept strong and I continued. And I thank God that when I entered Form 1, I won my first medal. Because my mom told me never to give up. She told me to always fight for what I want. She taught me how to be strong. And there are many things that I've had today. But one of the things that I've hit a lot was when Nathan cried. Because this boy has been strong. I have not yet seen him shedding any tear ever since he had. He has been calm, he hasn't shouted, he hasn't talked. But when I saw Nathan crying, I knew that it hurt. And I want to thank Aunt Agnes for being with my mom, for caring for her and for loving her. It is very hard. She also has children, but she chose to stay with my mom for 2 weeks and 2 days. She stayed with her and cared for her. I'd like to thank Auntie Penny for being with us and for caring about us so much. I'd also like to thank Auntie Monica for the love you've shown. You've been like a second mother to us, and I will never forget you. I'd like to thank my dad, who, even after losing the love of his life, I've not seen my dad sad. He has been telling us to be strong. There are people who will come to you and tell you don't cry. Their eyes are red. But my dad will tell you don't cry and his eyes are white. He has been strong, and that's the reason that I am strong.